Nathan Jones, a 1-0 victory over Dagenham and Redbridge tonight, a clean sheet and a first half goal. You must be pleased with the result and the performance.
Yeah, that's actually in our pre-match presentation. That's the three things we asked for: first half goal, a clean sheet, and back to and sort of that winning feeling with the words we used. And as I said, if you do two of those, you win the game. But we managed to do all three, as I said, and we're very pleased. To end a bit of a barren spell for us, we're pleased to get the win.
And a goal for Ruddock. I mean, it was a chance, but it wasn't a clear-cut chance. The ball fell kindly to him from the challenge on Danny Green, and then he's just hit it first time, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful finish, but he has that in the locker. That's why we put him there. I mean, it's a great bit of management for me. I've got to be honest with you, to play him in an advanced role. But no, he has that capacity. He did it away at Mansfield, and he has that kind of potency in the way he is. And if he keeps developing and learning, we have a bit of a player on our hands.
And everybody seemed to stop as it came off the bar as to where it was going to head, but thankfully it ricocheted the right way and the spin was the right way and hit the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, when it hit the bar, and you kind of think about it, it was a wonderful finish, and we're pleased for him as well, you know. And as I said, I thought our first half performance was excellent. I mean, it was a real high standard how we moved the ball. I've said many times before, especially when I came in here, that the sides will change when they come to Kenilworth Road, and that's what I want, because I want them to see what we do and not fear it, if you like, but realise that they have to combat it, and that's what Dagenham did. And then second half they came out and had a right goal, to be fair to them, and could have had a goal themselves, but I think, you know, on the balance of play we had a lot of chances second half on the break. We don't tend to play at home on the break because not many come out against us that match. So no, it's a pleasing result.
You said a lot of chances. Obviously, there were quite a few, particularly in the second half. Joe Pigott has come off the bench and perhaps on another day could have had a hat-trick. You've spoken in the past about him being a goal scorer. It's just not happening, but those chances were there tonight.
And to be fair, I've said to him, I single him out actually, because that's more like the Joe Pigott I know. I mean, sometimes he can have a bit of body language that comes across as slouchy and lazy, but he's not like that. It's just it's that type of body language he has. But he showed tonight why I rate him so highly, because he had a right go. He got in behind, he had good feet, and just the finish wasn't there tonight. And normally his finishing is normally far more pristine than that, but tonight it wasn't. So, but I was pleased for him, and I said his goal will come if he keeps that endeavour, keeps that work rate, keeps that desire to get on the end of stuff. Then, you know, he will get goals.
Just a bit frustrating that second goal didn't come to wrap up the game, because as you said, Dagenham late on, especially when Hawkins came off the bench, did have a bit of a threat, and there was a couple of close calls.
What we said about that, because as I said, especially this league, people when they go direct and have big wins, it's so many random events that happen in the game that anyone can nick a goal out of nothing, you know. Never mind how you build and how you play, and we like to build and have a structure. But Dagenham really were a threat late on, and fair play to them, they had a right goal. But as I said, we, on the balance of play, I think we thoroughly deserved it. I think we totally dominated the first half. I lacked a bit of cutting edge, which again we're going to keep working on and trying to add to, because I thought we were thoroughly dominant in the first half, and that's where we have to really take our chances and go one or two up, and then it's a different kind of game then. But as I said, I'm very pleased with the win, because it stopped a run I stopped our barren spell, if you like, and as I said, I think we did deserve it.
And it's important to build on this for the remainder of the season. You know, 5 games remaining now, and you've got the 1-0 victory at Kenilworth Road. A case of just keeping that momentum going?
Well, we're building some more momentum, I think, because I said when momentum started, I mean, after the Plymouth game, I think right up until the Plymouth game we were in wonderful form, wonderful results, right on the brink of everything, and then we felt with 3 home games coming up that we might have had a real challenge, you know, might have snuck in there and sort of surprised a few. As it was, it's been a disappointing sort of 3 games prior to tonight where we didn't pick up any points. We felt we probably deserved a little bit more, but it's important to have stopped that barren spell, and as I said, we want to try and finish the season as strongly as we can. And
just the one change from Saturday, talk to us about the introduction of Danny Green and Cameron McGeehan dropping to the bench.
Cameron's had a sore calf, so Cameron, we didn't want to risk him tonight. He pulled out of training yesterday, which is symptomatic of the work he puts in day out, and obviously he's our biggest runner in games, you know. He covers 13k week in, week out in games, so we didn't want to risk him, and we felt we had in someone like Pele that can fit in there. And then we also felt that at home we've had a real central threat, and we've created through the centre. So we wanted something different today, and that's why we went and played the 2 wide ones. And I said I thought we did have that threat early on. It's just we couldn't quite find that cutting edge, you know, if you like. Our build-up player I thought was wonderful.
And substitutions coming on, young Zane Banton got another chance to show what he can do, his second league appearance. And Alex Lawless, you said he still fits into your plans here at the football club, and he's one more closer to 200 now.
He's been unlucky, Alex, to be fair, because he trains well, he's a great character, and I've had to keep speaking to him and keep disappointing him, but while reiterating the fact that, you know, he's important to us. And professionals like that, I came from Brighton, and we had a professional like that called Inigo Calderon, that no matter how many disappointments he had, it didn't make a difference. He was there, he was a cheerleader when he wasn't playing, he drove people on, and Alex is a bit like that, and they're so important to a squad, so important, because regardless of what happens to them in their career, they will have a career because of that attitude. Not everyone's like that, and it was so important that we have players and people like that in the squad. And as I said, when he came on, I thought he was fantastic, settled us down, kept things ticking over, and had a real energy about him. And as I said, Smudger gave everything, and then it was important that we brought someone on that could continue that momentum, if you like.
Lovely, thanks very
Cheers,
much.
thank you.
Thanks a lot.